Another question I've gotten recently is we've tried creating plans or creating strategies and following them in the past, but it always seems to break down. And after a few weeks, we're behind or we're distracted. And how do we stay focused on it? You know, this is one that also so many people will say, well, I can't put a plan into place. I can't put a strategy into place because it just falls apart. So it feels like a lot of wasted time and effort getting it set up. And okay, I hear that. And I used to feel that way. But I've learned some really critical things working with leaders with all kinds of teams, from a single VA that works a few hours a week to a full set of 30 to 40 hour a week contractors. And there's a similar thing I find with all heart led, purpose driven spiritual leaders. And that is that we love to just color out of the lines, and we're freedom seekers, right? If you tell us that we have to get something done in the next 5 minutes, often we're like, well, do I? Maybe it could wait for a half an hour. I want to go do this or that. And I feel you. I get that. I'm in exactly the same space so often. Here's the thing about a plan. A plan will ground you. And instead of thinking of a plan as something that holds you back, that's constricting, think of it as a roadmap or a guide. You remember back, and we used to have maps on a piece of paper. And I don't know, when I was taking a big trip, I would take a highlighter and I would highlight the exact route that I wanted to take. And yet we know there are detours. And sometimes while you're going along, you see a sign for the biggest ball of twine, right? And you just have to go see it because you're there. Well, here's the thing about a plan in your business. Just like that roadmap that we had so long ago, or the Waze map that you use right now, you can take little detours off of that map. But the plan gives you the guidelines to make conscious, strong decisions about those detours. And what I mean is that detour going to slow down completion of you getting to your destination? Is that detour going to so disrupt what the team is doing that it's going to take them a lot of time and effort, and you a lot of time and effort, to get focused back on your roadmap and keep moving towards your destination? Your plan will let you know, hey, if you just want to take this little 5-minute detour to go see that big ball of twine, it's absolutely not a problem. All of your tasks are on point. Everything you're doing is on time. It's been going really well. We can all clearly see that destination. And if you want to take some extra time this week and go to that conference, fabulous. Do it. There will probably be some great clients there. Everything's going to keep moving along exactly the way it needs to. The other thing that might happen is you'll come to your team with a great idea for a new product. And you sit down and you look at the plan and you say, well, does this product support where we're going? Is it going to be in support of our new destination? Well, if it's not quite the same, if it won't support where you're going, if it's a slightly different topic or for a slightly different audience, well, then working on that right now is actually going to seriously dilute your focus from where you're trying to go. So what happens when I see that on a plan, and I know you're always super, super excited about new ideas. I know I get really excited, right? And I want to start working on them right away. But here's the thing. When you've got a plan and you start working on another product, you take, especially an unrelated product, you take your team's time, attention, and focus away from what they're doing onto this product over here. And it's kind of like you can think of it as like a constellation product. It's sort of like moving around you and your customers, and it's not quite helping you reach your goal that you had laid out on the plan. And that's okay. But just know that it moves all of the intention, all of the time away from your end goal. And basically what you're telling the universe is, you know what? I didn't really mean I wanted to go to that end goal. I want to go over here instead. So what happens? The universe supports that. Now, to get around that, you can still take advantage of that amazing idea you had. You just put it on the shelf. Take the time to maybe write down that brilliant download you got, and then set it aside on the shelf, and know that as soon as your team reaches that goal, as soon as you get fit to that plan, you're going to pull that tool, that course, that program off of the shelf and take a look at it and make another decision. Do we want to do it now? Do we still feel really excited about it? And I promise you, if you still feel really excited about it after you've reached your destination, you'll absolutely get right back into the groove with it. It's have faith, have trust in your plan and in your strategy. You spent the time building it to reach something that you know you want to get to. You spent the time building it because you know that these are the steps you need to take, and this is what will support you reaching that dream. What I've seen happen way too often is if you don't have a plan, or you choose to constantly take detours that don't support your end goal, is that you never get to your end goal. And it's always just out there, just past your vision, maybe. And you feel like, or the leaders I've talked to feel like they aren't accomplishing what they came here to accomplish. And that's not what we want. We want your soul to feel fed and loved, and for you to reach all the people and the things that you need to reach. And a plan can help you do that. And if you need some help setting up a plan, that's where I come in. That's where I can really help you out. So that's a really important piece.